S. Suresh Kumar, Joint Secretary and Additional CEO, Government E-Marketplace, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. A huge round of applause for him, please. And let me also inform all of you that we are doing Facebook Live through our eHealth page. So everything is being live broadcasted, and we are also tweeting with the hashtag Elets AHIS. And all the photos are being uploaded in Facebook eHealth page on real-time basis, also in LinkedIn and Twitter. Let's have a perspective from GeM, who are actually changing the game of public procurement in India. Mr. Suresh Kumar, thank you.
Thank you, Savik. Good morning, everyone. A very warm good morning to all the guests who are on the dais, ambassadors and representatives from various countries who are attending this conference. It's indeed my privilege to be here today and talk about one of the flagship initiatives of Government of India in transforming the public procurement in the country. Can I just close it? So we all know that health sector is very, very important for any country's development. In India also, health sector is very important in the sense we have almost 1.3 billion population, and the health sector in India is considered to be one of the critical sectors wherein still there is large scope of innovations, there is need for large investments and government spending as well. The good news is that over the time the government spending in the health sector is actually increasing, though it is increasing very gradually. It is positive that it's increasing from around 1.2% about 5 years back. Now it's almost about 1.5% of the GDP what we are spending on this. And if you take the total procurement that happens in the health sector, as far as the devices and equipments are concerned, it is estimated that it's almost around to the tune of about 1 lakh crores per year, which is almost about $15 billion per year is the procurement which happens in India. And if we add the drugs, vaccines and other items to it, it will be another 50,000 crores or maybe another $7 to $8 billion. That is around $25 to $30 billion is the current procurement which happens in the health sector. This is actually contributed by the private sector as well as the public sector. What I am specifically going to talk here is about the procurement which happens in the government sector, which is the public procurement there. The estimated value of public procurement in the health sector is about 30 to 40,000 crores per year. All the multi-speciality hospitals starting from AIIMS in Delhi to the PHCs, public health centers in a remote village in the country. If you take the entire spectrum, the procurement of medical equipment and devices around 30 to 40,000 crores. Added to it, there is another 25 to 30,000 crores of drugs, vaccines, contraceptives and other consumables which are also regularly being procured. Now, if you see, this is a huge, huge value. Current procurement system in our country, we all know that procurement is an area where the general public perception is that the government procurements are not efficient, not transparent. There is a lot of corruption, there is a lot of ad hocism, there is a lot of other issues in that. I don't want to go into those things. So this government e-marketplace is one initiative which Government of India has launched in 2016 to transform the public procurement in the country, not specific to health, but the overall public procurement in the country. I will be focusing only on health today here. Now, in government e-marketplace, it is an online platform. To make it simple and make you understand, it is like an Amazon or a Flipkart, which is a B2C platform. However, government e-marketplace is a similar procurement platform, which is basically B2G platform. From the private sector, from the industry, from the manufacturers, government departments procure various items. As far as the overall procurement is concerned, today GeM has transformed the public procurement through basically three aspects. One, bringing in transparency. It's an online platform, it's a marketplace, So anybody who is registered onto the portal, be a buyer or a vendor, or even not registered also, everybody can actually go onto the portal and see what are the products available, what is the price offered, what are the specifications, number one. Number two, efficiency and speed. In a manual procurement system, whenever we want to make huge procurements, the general system is that a tender will be floated, a bid will be invited, quotations will be invited, and the evaluation will be done by a technical committee within the department. But the scope of evaluation is limited to the limited number of tenders or bids received in that particular office. And how much the information about the tenders are actually disseminated across the country, whether the small manufacturers who are not in the metro cities are actually able to access this and participate, is all big question marks. However, in the case of GeM, in the marketplace, be it a direct purchase or L1 purchase or bidding or reverse auction, the intent of buying by any government department, as soon as it is being flagged in the GeM portal, will be reaching to all the vendors who are registered in the GeM portal. As on today, let me tell you, there are around 3 lakh plus vendors who are registered in the GeM portal, and around 45,000 government departments across the country, right from the central government to the villages, are registered. So everybody will be able to view this. Number two. Number three is the open and inclusive nature of the platform. See, we have certain systems like rate contract system, which is followed in many states even today, but though Government of India has stopped it in 2016. In a rate contract system, in order to get access to the public procurement market, a vendor has to first establish his credentials and get empaneled or listed in the government department's system. Then only he has access. Anybody cannot go and sell products to the government. And this process of empanelment, enlistment, is a very cumbersome process, which may take months together, years together, and which may require much more than what you actually sell. There are a lot of networking skills required, lot of other skills. You should know somebody in the government to do business with government. It's as simple as that. However, in the case of GeM, it is a platform without any entry barriers. There is no entry fee. There is no pre-inspection verifications or any inspector Raj there for somebody to come and enroll and enlist in the portal. It's an online system which is being controlled and regulated by the domain databases available in the country. If you are a manufacturer or you are an authorized vendor in the country, if you have all the necessary permits to do business in the country, including Aadhaar number, PAN number, GSTN number, MCA registration, Udyog Aadhaar if you are an MSME, and GSTN number, that is enough. Using those numbers, you can register in the GeM platform within 20 to 30 minutes. And if you have a product, the category which is already available in the GeM portal, you can actually list the product also within 48 hours. But in the case of medical and health sector, let me tell you, there are large number of medical equipments, devices still are not available in the GeM portal, which I will be talking to you in detail, because that's one point which I want to flag with you. So now, as far as the procurement in medical and health sector today is concerned, through the GeM portal in last 2 years, currently we have about 8,000 odd sellers who are exclusively handling the medical sector. They have already done a business of about 1,540 crores. 1,540 crores, and around 15,000 odd procurements which has happened all over the country. And this covers about 800 categories of products, right from the high-end equipments to small consumable items. This is a small minuscule of the potential which I just now spoke, which is around 35 to 40,000 crores which we are targeting. But there are certain barriers in it. We all know that in the medical sector, there are certain inherent problems. Number one, there is no standardization. There is no standard regulatory framework in the country today. We have drug regulatory framework. However, as far as the medical equipments and devices are concerned, we are yet working on that. Department of Pharmaceutical is working on bringing a regulatory framework for this. It may take some time. In the absence of a robust regulatory framework, any sales which can happen through an e-commerce portal will be suspectful. How are you going to certify the quality? How are you going to certify various technical parameters? So we are in fact working closely with the health ministry and the pharmaceutical ministry in actually facilitating this process. Since GeM has acquired some knowledge in last 2.5 years, what are the issues that can happen? We are working on it. Number two, in order to ensure the quality, see, end-to-end tracking, right from the place where it is manufactured to the last delivery point, we need to have end-to-end tracking, which is very difficult in a manual system. But today we have technology like blockchain technology and artificial intelligence. Though in the government sector in today it has not been used, maybe medical and health sector is going to be perhaps the first sector wherein we are going to employ artificial intelligence and blockchain technology to ensure the tracking of the medical equipments and including drugs and other items. In the absence of that, always there will be a question mark. Whether the item which is delivered, is it the right product? Is it a fake product or a spurious drug? Or what is the expiry date of the drug? Manual checking, we all know that. It's all prone to a lot of problems. So these are the areas where we are actually working on it. And what I want to flag to all the people who are participating here, large number of manufacturers are here. See, if you are not already registered in the GeM portal as the vendors, please get registered. It's a very easy, seamless process which I have already mentioned. Number two, if your products are not available in the GeM portal, kindly notify us. What are the products? As I mentioned to you, though we have around 800 odd categories available, there are thousands of categories which are not yet available in the GeM portal, which we are working on a continuous basis. We will be giving hand-holding to your people who are actually doing these activities. We will be happy to help you also in that. And the last point which I want to mention is that GeM will also be helping the vendors in understanding what is the government requirement. So for every vendor, every OEM who is registered in the GeM portal, we have something called an Oem Dashboard. The Oem Dashboard is a dashboard wherein you get all the information with respect to the procurements in one place. There is no need for manually collating, what is the requirement in UP, what is the requirement in Kerala, and how much procurement is being done there for this particular product which you are manufacturing. GeM will be able to give you all this information at the click of a button. So this is a huge, value addition which when you come onto the GeM portal, you are able to get it. Second thing is the standardization of the bidding documents. Because we all know that when AIIMS procure an item, they will be following certain principles. When RML procures, they may be following a slightly different thing. When a state government hospital in some place they may be following a slightly different document. So if you have to participate in all these vendors separately, all these bids separately, you will have to deploy a large number of manpower to actually understand, what are the requirements. Whereas in the case of GeM, we have a standardized bidding document and standardized contract documents which are applicable across the country. So once you comply with at one time, there is no need for replicating or re-engineering this every time. Same is the case with the buyers also. Buyers will also be able to very easily prepare their bid document through the GeM portal and publish. So, and the last point which I want to highlight is about the Make in India aspect. We all know that, Government of India has an ambitious plan of, today, almost 80 to 85% of medical equipment devices in the country are actually imported. But government has a target to make at least 30 to 50% of this to be made in India in another 2 to 3 years. How can we do it? We have to encourage the local manufacturers who are willing to set up their manufacturing units. Now, for this also, GeM has special, GeM has taken a lot of proactive steps in encouraging startups, MSMEs, and women entrepreneurs who may not be well versed with the market dynamics, who may not be having very wide marketing and branding networking facilities. GeM is the best platform for that. Since GeM is an open, inclusive platform wherein the biggest multinational company and the smallest MSME in the country gets equal fair opportunity in this platform. There cannot be any better platform wherein, a small Make in India unit or a small startup in the country can actually establish. With these few words, I thank the organizers, Elets, for inviting me. Though I was supposed to come yesterday in the inaugural session because of other engagements, I could not come. Thank you for accommodating me today and giving me this opportunity to talk to all of you. Thank you very much.